What you believe about your life is what you will make true about your life. And if you want to become absolutely unrecognizable by 2026, you cannot keep telling the same story about yourself. We naturally cling to comfort. We desire to stay close to what we know, what feels comfortable, and we reject what doesn't, even if we know change is so much better for us. You cannot keep saying, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired, I'm inconsistent, and expect to be the woman that God has called you to become. Your life will always reflect the I am that you claim, even when that I am is lowercase. Oh, honey, I hope you're ready for this episode because today we are shifting your story. And I'm going to show you the micro habits that turn your lowercase I am into a big, bold statement. If you're ready to get started, get your pen, get your Post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello, Ambition Babes. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the Face of Ambition, across all social media platforms, as well as wherever you stream your podcast. I help women 40 years and older who are on a reinvention journey, who are ready to change up their identity and become her. But do not worry, sis, if you're not over the age of 40 and the algorithm gods have decided to show you my face. Just consider me a bougie, been there, done that auntie who wants to put you on so that you do not have to struggle the way that I have. And one of the areas that I have struggled in the most is with my identity. Every single transformation starts with identity. Not goals, not habits, not motivation, but who do you say that you are? Because let me be clear, it doesn't matter what your life looks like on the outside. It's about how you feel and identify on the inside. What I have learned is that most women do not fail at their habits. They fail because their identity was never upgraded. For years, I used to identify as a person that was overwhelmed, that was unorganized, that was all over the place, had a problem focusing, and I would literally say that I can start strong, but don't expect for me to finish. And guess what would happen? My life matched my identity perfectly. The greatest act of self-love is to no longer accept a life that you were unhappy with. When I lost over 90 pounds, my biggest shift was not walking, meal prepping, or salads. My biggest shift was how I identified. I had to start saying that I'm a woman that finishes what they start. I'm a woman that no longer overeats. I'm a woman that enjoys ordering a dinner salad at an expensive restaurant. I'm a woman that follows through. I'm a woman that keeps her promises. I'm a woman that enjoys working out and drinking her water. And every single micro habit that I was then establishing reflected that. So today we're about to rewrite your I am story, because you cannot become unrecognizable until you believe that you were meant for more. But before I break down the 5 micro habits that have helped me shift my identity, I have got to share something very important with you. I am hosting my annual Becoming Her 2026 masterclass, and naturally you are cordially invited. If you are wanting clarity, direction, and a real plan going into the new year, you have got to be in the room, sis. And here's why I can say that so confidently. I have spent the last 20 years helping women to step into the next version of themselves, to make more money, to stop dreaming and start achieving. I have raised over $25 million for political candidates and leaders, and I have helped hundreds of women grow their ideas to 5, 6, and 7-figure businesses. And even though that sounds like my biggest flex, what I am most proud of is how I have transformed them internally, not just professionally, because what I have realized is that when you shift your identity, everything else will follow. This masterclass will be an interactive and transformative 2-hour session where you and I are going to walk through your 2026 identity shift, create your personal Q1 becoming board. I'm going to teach you how to build a life and a brand that aligns with your body's natural rhythm. I'm going to offer hot seat coaching. We're going to be in our pajamas sipping mocktails and cocktails. And of course, there are going to be giveaways. I am intentionally limiting this masterclass so that I can coach you deeply and personally. If you are ready to walk into 2026 as the woman you keep saying you want to become, I hope that you consider joining me. The link and all the juicy details are in the description or in the comment section. Please do not forget that space is extremely limited, and I'm not saying that as a scarcity tactic. I really want us to be able to meet on a different level and to have time to create the transformation that you seek. Okay, so now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about building your own becoming story. Right now, I'm becoming a woman that operates with ease and intention. And even though that sounds like 2 simple words, it is extremely loaded. Ease represents a softness and femininity to me. And intentionality means that I'm not working in so many areas of the World Wide Web that I'm not being intentional about building a real connection. Author Gay Hendricks talks about how we're not wired to be happy. but we are wired to be comfortable, which feels like the absolute saddest thing to me because I have seen myself and others choose to stay in the hell that they're most comfortable in than doing whatever it takes to be in the heaven that they desire. But all that means is that becoming your best and highest self is going to take work. You're going to actually have to show up. You're going to have to get uncomfortable if you're honestly ready to glow up. I am ready to become a brand founder that runs a multi-million-dollar business. I am a woman that honors her body. I am a woman that maintains her discipline. I am a woman that is clear, confident, and grounded. And I'm a woman that listens to God first and fear last. Every system that I have built is meant to support your identity. From the Ambition GPT to the Ambition Planner to every single click and program that I offer, it is all built to support your identity. But all that I can do is provide the tools. It's up to you to sprinkle on the magic. And that's why these 5 micro habits are so important. Becoming the woman of your dreams is not going to happen as soon as you snap your fingers. But these proven 5 micro habits that I'm going to give you can get you one step closer to shifting your identity for good. Micro habit number 1 is spending at least 3 minutes in silence every single morning. I know that everyone's life is different. But what I also know is that you can set that alarm at least 3 minutes early to spend some time with yourself, to talk to God, to lead yourself before you lead the world. You have heard me talk about this habit so many times before, and it is the number 1 micro habit for a reason. Turning within, planning your day, not scrolling, not looking at emails, not even talking, is so important to identifying the energy that you're going to lead with throughout the day. The simple act of taking 3 minutes to practice gratitude sets your focus and intention in a way that is so valuable, it bleeds into every aspect of your life. Micro habit number 2 is the 1 promise rule. You now identify as the woman that keeps her promises to herself. Therefore, I want you to choose 1 action that you're going to promise yourself that you're going to do and show up. The promise of saving $1 million today may not be practical for everyone, but the promise to meal prep and take your own lunch to work today and not stopping through Chipotle is 1 promise that you can keep that is going to make you 1% better today than you were yesterday. Perhaps the 1 promise that you keep to yourself is that you're going to drink enough ounces of water. You're not going to use profanity today. You no longer identify as a smoker today. You no longer identify as someone that is impatient, unorganized, or lacks confidence. I want you to identify 1 promise that you're going to make to yourself every single day to the end of this month. I have no idea when you're listening to this video, but for the next 30 days, I want you to make a habit of keeping your promises. We may never lie to someone else, but we have grown very accustomed to lying to ourselves. I'm going to work out today. I'm going to put on makeup so that I feel good about myself. I'm going to declutter under that sink in the bathroom. And you ain't done nothing. And all that does is reinforces to your mind that you're a liar, that you can keep promises to others, but you don't do it to yourself. If you're ready to change your identity, pick 1 promise that you are going to keep to yourself every single day. Habit number 3 is taking 10 minutes to reset. In 10 minutes, you can make up your bed. In 10 minutes, you can get a pretty good everything shower in. In 10 minutes, you can clean up a small space, send out a few emails, clean out your car, reset your nervous system, send an apology to that person that you've offended. Because, honey, habit number 3 is that you identify as a woman who maintains order. Order does not always look like straightening up the papers on your desk. You know the area that lacks order in your life. One of the favorite ways that I identify as a woman who plans out her day. Because my last life was so unorganized, maintaining order has become a priority. Every single day before I turn off the light on my desk, I have identified what I want to do tomorrow. Every single Sunday at 6 p.m., my alarm goes off and I reset for a productive week. The simple act of opening your ambition planner and identifying what you need to accomplish, what your goals are, what your dreams are, what plans you have and appointments you know you need to keep, helps you to maintain order and control. I used to be the girl that anyone could knock on my office door and get my full attention. Their problems and their fires became the fire that I needed to put out. I had no boundaries. I had no self-control. I never finished what I started because I was so busy people-pleasing that I was overly available for everyone else. And even though there is nothing wrong with being helpful, if you've already created a schedule for the day, there's a time and a place for that. There is nothing wrong with telling Kathy that you're going to be able to help her with her accounting problem between 3 and 4 o'clock today. You have some time in your calendar. Yes, it's 8:30 and she's going to have to wait until 3 for you to start. But guess what Kathy's going to do? She's going to A, respect you, and B, she's going to close the door, walk away, and wait until 3 o'clock. Nothing bad's going to happen. Everybody's going to get what they need, and you're going to maintain order. Micro habit number 4 is to speak 1 identity statement out loud. This is one of the processes that is new to me, but has made such a difference in how I identify. I now identify as the woman that speaks like the woman she is becoming. I say things about myself like I am confident and I am consistent. I enjoy showing up for others, but I enjoy showing up for myself more. I am clear on my goals and I operate with intention every single day. Saying Saying these statements out loud means something. Whenever we read the traditional I am enough statement, it feels good, but it can easily roll off of us. What does enough mean to you? Using your words and identifying what you are and having the audacity to say it out loud sends a signal to your brain that you are telling the truth. Have you ever been to a networking event and someone asks you what you do? I don't know what happens to our tongue, but if we feel like an imposter, we start stuttering. Actually, what I do is sometimes but what I tell my clients is that you have to practice what you preach. If you are becoming this unrecognizable woman who is confident, clear, and does this at her job, you're going to have to say it out loud and practice hearing yourself say it until you believe it. I am a multi-figure brand founder that helps other women to scale their businesses. Saying that out loud feels so good. I absolutely love what I do, and it aligns with the woman that I'm becoming. Earlier today, I was having a conversation with one of my clients, and she was talking about the power in your name. Some of us have very unique names that our parents have given us, and some parts of our name we tend to shy away from because it's hard to pronounce or you've grown up just not liking it. But your identity is so important, and it starts with what your name is. Your name is the one thing that you've heard the longest said out loud. And when you know what your name means, there is so much power in how you identify. Who named you? Why did they choose that name for you? Even if you're not proud of your name or it has no biblical or historical meaning, you can honor your name because you honor the person that gave it to you. For years, actually decades, I've not used my real name. Y'all, my nickname is Dion. It ain't even my name at all. My first name is Steven and my middle name is Deanna. But in the 90s in high school, the movie Clueless came out and some boy decided to call me Dion. Because mind you, I have always been this feminine and prissy. I'm the girl who's been wearing a hat to church and a suit to work since she was in the 11th grade. And so the name started out as something that was funny and it actually stuck. Furthermore, no one could ever pronounce my first name. But I absolutely love my name. There's so much meaning and power in my name, and I honor the individual that gave it to me. I want you to think about the name and the statements that you say out loud, and I want to challenge you to start doing some mirror work. Every single morning, I want you to stand in the mirror with 10 toes on the ground and say who you are. State your name and state who I am. Unfortunately, I don't want you to use the word I am enough because she's slightly overused and baby, you've been enough your whole life. I want you to truly consider who you are. Maybe you're not that woman today, but the more that you repeat those words out loud, you will become. The last micro habit that I have for you is that, baby, you're going to need to open Ambition GPT and get some clarity. Ambition GPT helps you to identify as the woman who is clear about her 90-day goals and operates with clarity and intention. Hundreds of you have already purchased Ambition GPT, and you've had to make a habit of going to her every single day and asking her, what am I supposed to do today? Taking 5 minutes to simply log in, ask your digital bestie and AI coach what you're supposed to do, and take the time to write down your action plan for the day. I have made this system just that easy. 5 minutes. That's all that it takes in order to say, what am I supposed to do today? And allow Ambition GPT to sync your goals with your menstrual cycle, recalibrate your goals for the days that you may have missed, and to create an action plan that is going to guarantee that if you follow it every day, you will reach your 90-day goals. But it's going to take you making this a habit. Every single year around this time, you create a vision board. And you've got all these pretty pictures saved in Pinterest, on Canva, or on a piece of cardstock. And the pictures truly do mean something to you. But without an action plan, at the end of the day, it's just a collage of pretty pictures. You cut out the girl with the abs, the cute boots, and driving a Lexus. And even though you know that that is what you want, you have no plan to get there. Opening Ambition GPT every single day and making a habit of prioritizing yourself takes less than 5 minutes. You have the goals, but you have absolutely no one to tell you what to do next. I know that I want to lose 15 pounds over the next 90 days. I know that that equates to 5 pounds every single month, which means that I'm going to have to lose 1.xxx pounds every single week. That's just the beginning of the action plan that you need to take in order to lose the 15 pounds in 90 days. Now you need to identify, how am I going to lose 1.x pounds every single week? I'm going to have to eat a certain way. I'm going to have to go to sleep at a certain time, drink a certain amount of ounces of water, prioritize this many grams of protein. And if you do not have a coach to tell you exactly what to do, baby, what I can promise you is that it's going to be harder than it has to be. Ambition GPT is a system that you have been missing to make life easier. You're changing your identity. You're becoming the woman of your dreams. And we were never meant to do this alone. So I want you to take a deep cleansing breath and close your eyes. And as you exhale, I want you to think about the woman that you are becoming. I want you to imagine yourself standing in your bathrobe tomorrow morning, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying your I am statements out loud. I want you to think about yourself being that woman that prioritizes her habits and her intention, the way that she gets dressed, the way that she smells, the way that individuals experience her. I want you to see that woman woman who's enjoying a healthy lunch, who enjoys sharing her recipe on infused waters, who's saving the money, who's prioritizing her finances, who's excited to get out of debt, who is excited to see their partner or husband whenever they get home so that they can repair their relationship, who is looking forward to spending time with their children. I want you to see yourself under that sink decluttering it finally, throwing away old expired hair care products and that curling iron that went out last year. I want you to see yourself sitting at your desk or curled up on your couch writing in your ambition planner. I want you to imagine the woman that you are becoming, and as you slowly open your eyes, I want you to know everything that you just saw is possible. But it starts with how you self-identify. Oh, honey, I can create this system for you and I can even conjure up dreams for you, but you provide the magic. You don't become unrecognizable because your life changed. You become unrecognizable because you changed. Your story changed. Your habits have changed. Your discipline and your self-talk has changed. And that all starts with two simple words. I am. In the comment section, I would love for you to drop your I am statement. I want the comments to be filled with I am confident. I am becoming a woman that prioritizes her finances. I'm a woman that takes her vitamins every day. Whatever micro habit you are prioritizing, please make sure that you share it in the comments. This is a sacred space where we can motivate and empower each other. While you're in the comment section, make sure that you click the link so that you can attend my 2026 Becoming Masterclass, and make sure that you are inviting a friend. I need just to see your best friend, your mother, and your cousin to be in the class with you. Because sis, we were never meant to do this alone. Sis, I love you, and I pray that you are well, and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.